Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. We use a hand-over-hand method, but he's actually been doing a lot more of the paintings by himself. So I'm excited about that with the backgrounds that he does. He's come so far in so many things. So it's great to see him using his hands more, and I'm been trying to get him to do a lot of the different activities and things without as much help and assistance. So the more that I can get him to do, the better off it really is for him to be able to learn how to, like, he's still, like, with buttons and zippers and things like that. He has a hard time with them. But it depends on what the zipper is like, or what the buttons, that type of thing as well. So he has definitely made incredible progress with it all. So I'm tired today. I fell asleep again and woke up. My eyes have been really dry, and I finally I was seeing kind of like these spot things, and I went to my eye doctor today. I was gonna wait until after I was done with all my I'm gonna sneeze, my chemo treatments, but when I got these little, like, floater things, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't more serious. I mean, you never know with eyeballs. So I made an appointment, and they were able to get me in this morning. So I was glad, because I didn't realize, like, the full extent. I know they had said, like, that different things could happen, dry eyes, and just this, and this. But she checked me. She did very extensive testing, like to me it was every test. I'm sure there's probably even more tests, but she went in depth with all the different testing that she was doing, and made sure that my retina was still attached properly, and that there was no, I let her do I listen, but it's like, I don't want to know half the stuff, because it just boggles my mind how eyeballs work. But I do have a spot on my eye. I think she called it a hemorrhage, maybe using the wrong word, but when you have cancer treatments, a lot of times your eyes can get different things from the treatments, and I have a hole in the jelly, or a spot on the jelly, I'm not sure exactly, and so we're going to watch it. And it's better, like, when it first happened to me, it was much worse than it is now. So I guess it's a hot spot and doesn't want to be whole. I don't. Anyways, it's something. There's a spot. Don't ever ask me the technical directions to life, because I avoid a lot of it because I can't take all the medical stuff. So I deal with it the way I can. But like I said, the good news is it wasn't a tear, a rip, or my retina was still attached. So we can rest in that moment at least, because I was a little worried that there was more to meet the eye, literally and figuratively. But it was better than, well, I'm going to say it was better than it could have been, because that. So I'll go back in a month, and she'll make sure that it is still healing properly. And I guess it's kind of like I'll say bruise for the lack of a better term, but on your eye that needs to get healed. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I'm sure, like I said, there's a better explanation, but it's not gonna come from me. But I felt relieved when I left that it wasn't like that. It felt like it was at least in control, and it wasn't something that was going to be horrible. So she had to put drops in my eyes 2 different times, and my eyes do not want to stay open when drops are involved, when anything like that is happening. My eyes immediately will close. Like I have no control over trying to even attempt to keep them open. I try, but they clam shut. She's like, she said, I see what you mean. Because I told her, I said, even with dry eyes, I don't want to put any drop in them. I don't want anything like that in my eye, because it just, they freak me out a lot. And so I said, I'm not good with drops. And then she realized that I was not good with the drops. Oh, it's just silliness, but I can't control it. I can't control it, people. I can't control it. So anyways, Owen had a good day, except for I had to take him to school because my appointment was very early this morning, and I wouldn't have been able to get there in time for the bus. And so, if I had waited for the bus. So I took him to school, and a lot of times I won't tell him until the morning, because it's so hard on him to let him know at night, because he dwells on the change and all of that. So he was up once again very early, and I'm not 100% sure it was because I was taking him to school, but a lot of times that is part of the reason, is he gets anxious about change. Even though he likes being taken to school, he likes his bus routine, and he loves going on the bus. So it's kind of one of those things that he likes mommy to take him, but he also wants to do what he wants to do. But he did okay. He did great for us to drive to school. So, but he says he wants to go visit the horses tomorrow, and I haven't checked with his teacher to see if we can, because I don't know what her schedule is, but usually she's there, so we'll go and see, possibly, if we go tomorrow after his therapy. So, all right, we're going to sign O for Owen, and then L and B. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.